What's up everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're looking at a game week 33 free hit team. Now I know a lot of you are considering playing your free hit going into game week 33, so I'm going to talk you through what my free hit team would look like. I'll also mention a few key players throughout that I think even if you are not on a free hit, you should be considering buying into your FPL teams ahead of game week 33. I've said it a few times and I will say it again. I do not think this is the best time to play your free hit if you only have one free hit left. If you have two free hits, then absolutely fine, go for it. But I do not think there is enough upside using your free hit this week, given how the fixtures have fallen for a lot of the players that we already own in our teams, for the likes of Liverpool at home to Manchester United, for the likes of Manchester City at home to Brighton, and for the likes of Tottenham at home to Brighton as well. I don't think there's enough that you can go after with a free hit this week, but if you are set on playing it, here is what my team would look like. We do start off in goal with the duo of Kasper Schmeichel and Nick Pope. Schmeichel has Newcastle and Everton, two away fixtures, but given that I do not like the Leicester defence at all, I don't know who's going to play both fixtures. I have gone with Schmeichel in goal. Pope is in there as well. You can make the choice between them. He has West Ham and Southampton in there as well. Burnley have not been keeping a lot of clean sheets recently, and nor have Leicester, to be fair, but it is a good double game week for both of these keepers, and I back them over the single game week goalkeepers that we have got. Into the defence, we start with three in the midfield: Telles, Cancelo and Schär. So Telles will have Norwich and Liverpool. Now Manchester United are a difficult one to try and predict. They've been very poor recently. They lost to Everton in game week 32. However, in game week 33, they do have that very juicy Norwich at home fixture followed by an away trip to Liverpool as their second half. So probably one end of the spectrum to the complete other, with the easiest and one of the hardest fixtures in a double game week. I have gone with Telles because Luke Shaw is unlikely to be able to play at all in game week 33 or game week 34. So I think Telles is fine to start. I've gone with him as well because there is attacking threat. He does take some set pieces, and you have to back them to take a clean sheet away from that Norwich fixture. They've not been that great defensively, Manchester United, again conceding to Everton, although it was a deflection. But if there's ever a chance for them to keep a clean sheet, surely is Norwich at home. Next up, we have gone with Cancelo. So one of the single game week players that I have got in this 15-man squad. Will decide whether he starts or not at the end. But Brighton at home, Cancelo picked up an assist in game week 32. Again, reminding us of the attacking threat he has, on top of course, the clean sheet potential and bonus points that Cancelo is very well known for over the past couple of seasons. It's a great fixture. I do expect a clean sheet for Manchester City. So Cancelo is in there because of the bonus point and assist potential, and even goal threat that he can add. And finally, out of the first three defenders, we add Fabian Schär of Newcastle. Leicester and Crystal Palace both at home. The only team in the double game week to have two home fixtures as part of it. Leicester at home, Crystal Palace at home is a very good double game week. They've looked much better in recent weeks. Plus Schär has some goal threat from corners, but also from direct free kicks, which he did score in game week 31 as well. So he has the ability to keep clean sheets in one of these two, but also the ability to get a bit of attacking returns as well on top of that, which makes a whole potential for this defender. Now, to complete the defense, we also have Charlie Taylor of Burnley and Ben White of Arsenal. So Taylor is in here, West Ham and Southampton. He seems to have regained his space with Eric Peters being out injured. It is an okay double. Burnley are still fighting. They will need to pick up some points in some of these games in the double if they are to keep their hopes of surviving in the Premier League alive. So I have gone with Taylor. He has got an assist in game week 31 as well. So there is a little bit of attacking threat, but it's mainly that clean sheet potential that he's got. Finally, in the defence, we have Ben White of Arsenal. Southampton and Chelsea for him. A good double on paper, but given the form that they have in recent weeks and actually how Chelsea have performed, it is a difficult second fixture. So Southampton away, you'd have to get something from that game for your Arsenal players, and given that they did lose 6-0 to Chelsea in game week 32, there is a good chance that Arsenal win that game, although maybe Southampton will be ready to bounce back after that result. So this is the 5-man defence with Schmeichel and Pope in goal. Now moving on into the midfield and to the attack of this free hit. Before we do, of course, if you are enjoying, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are chasing 17k subscribers between now and the end of the season, and we are about 70 away, so please do help out the channel. In the midfield, we start off with Maddison, Barnes and Saka. So start off, I've got the Leicester midfield double up in Maddison and Barnes. I think they have a great double game week. Yes, they're both away, but Newcastle and Everton are both teams that Leicester can definitely fancy their chances of scoring against. Barnes did get a rest in game week 32, so I do think he'll be okay to start both of those games. Maddison, maybe not so much, depending on how they go on in Europe during the midweek of game week 32, game week 33, before the deadline of game week 33. But Maddison, even with one fixture, the way he's been performing and returning in recent weeks, I think he is still a great asset to own. So those are both in there, and given their price as well, they do actually enable a fair few premiums in this team as well. Saka, Southampton and Chelsea. So as I said with White, Southampton is definitely the fixture that I would go after if I was an Arsenal player or owning Arsenal assets. I'd hope for something in that Southampton fixture. Chelsea, they could get something away from, but given the form that they showed in the game week 32 fixture against Southampton, it may be difficult, although they do have an away trip to Real Madrid between game week 32 and game week 33, which could mean that they're a little bit tired, as well as having to play an FA Cup final against Crystal Palace. So there could be a tired Chelsea for the likes of Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, Lacazette, Smith Rowe to go up against in game week 32. Next up, and to complete the midfield, our premiums that we've got here are Salah and Bruno Fernandes. So Bruno Fernandes, a bit like Telles, I want to take the gamble on the variance a little bit with Fernandes in here. Norwich at home, you've got to fancy them to get something and get a result, and Fernandes is likely to be involved in getting those returns in a fixture like Norwich at home. Then Liverpool. Now Liverpool did concede a few chances to Manchester City, as any team would, but they have conceded chances in recent games as well. So there is definitely a possibility, although I think there won't be many goals, maybe one, maximum two for Manchester United in that game. Bruno Fernandes' goal involvement is so high that I do definitely think he can get something from that game. Salah to complete the midfield. So you could go with Kevin De Bruyne here, and it was a big 50-50 call for me about whether you can go for De Bruyne or whether you go for Salah. However, I've gone with Salah because he is more explosive. We remember what he did against Manchester United last time that they played each other. It was that big Havertz Norwich at home or Salah away at Manchester United, and if you're on the right side of it, you know how good it felt, and if you're on the wrong side, you know how bad it felt. So I have gone with Salah. Brighton did look good against Arsenal, and they do occasionally bounce back after being on the beach for a fair few weeks. So I have gone with Salah to have a little bit of Liverpool cover. Otherwise, I would have no Liverpool players in this free hit team. So that is the midfield, and moving on now finally to the forward line. Up front, the three forwards that we've gone with are Broja, Wood and Kane. So although Kane only has a single game week, of course, we're going to want a bit of Tottenham cover. Whether it's Kane or whether you go for Son in the midfield, I've gone with Kane because the amount of forward options that we can choose from is pretty minimal. So I've gone with him up there. I do expect a result. I do expect them to continue their returns and continue their form. Both of those tackers plus Kulusevski, all still great options despite only having a single game week. Don't let it put you off that these teams have single game weeks, because the form that Tottenham have put them in mean that there's a chance that Kane outscores a lot of those double game week players. Next to him, we've gone with Chris Wood. Again, he is on penalties that we've seen now. He does have a good home double game week against Leicester and Crystal Palace, two teams which we know can concede chances and have conceded chances in recent weeks. So Wood partners Kane, and Broja, the third forward. Yes, he got a rest in game week 32 because he can't play against his parent club in Chelsea. And then I do think he'll be fine to start both of these against Arsenal, who have been conceding chances with no Tierney or no Partey in their lineup, and then Burnley again conceding chances, so we have gone with Broja. You could go up to the likes of Che Adams, who's been really involved in everything Southampton do from an attacking point of view, but Broja is the one I've gone in there for a bit of a budget pick. So that's the 15-man squad. In terms of the starting 11, the players that would end up on my bench are circled here. We've got Pope, Taylor, White and Broja, the four that would be on the bench, which would mean our team would line up like this. Schmeichel in goal, Telles, Cancelo, Schär in my defence, Salah, Saka, Maddison, Barnes, Bruno Fernandes with Chris Wood and Harry Kane up front. That is my free hit 33 template draft for you all to work with. Let me know your thoughts, your comments. Would you own this? Would you go Ronaldo over Salah? Would you double up on that Manchester United? Would you change anything? Would you go De Bruyne? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about this free hit draft. Thank you very much all for watching. As I said earlier, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel. It is much appreciated as we chase 17k subscribers by the end of the season. Thank you all very much for your support, and I'll be back again very soon.